The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is SeeingEagles.com. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, tournament time continues in a major way on Saturday. Rivalry semifinal matchup with the LMU Rail Splitters. Squeaked out an overtime win here at Holt. They hammered you over in Harrogate by one of the largest margins of victory, or defeated, I should say, in school history. What have you learned from the two meetings that you want to take into the semifinal matchup against the Rail Splitters?
I thought the first game we made shots, and it was sort of a back and forth kind of affair. The second game, and of course, this it just is what it is. They are a great team, and that particular day they were clicking on all cylinders, and we weren't. And first game we made shots. Second game we didn't start off making shots, and they made them in a flurry. And the game, I hate to say it, not that our kids quit per se, but the game was over before it even started. So I don't know if there's a lot of takeaway from that one. And the truth of the matter is, we're talking, that was, mid-late January. So I think a lot of things has changed since then for both of our teams. Every game's its own unique little storyline, and we go into this one, I think, feeling rather confident on both sides of the ball. Obviously, they're trending very well too, so I think it sets up for a really, really competitive semifinal match.
Defensively, the Eagles' numbers these past 5 to 7 games really starting to trend in the direction that you talk about being ideal, holding teams to 39% shooting from the field, 33% shooting from three. Total scoring isn't quite down to that below 70 mark like you like. But what has it been about the defense this past almost month, really, that's rounded into the more traditional form, at least from the numbers that you've told me in the past that you like to see?
Well, we've sort of gone, you know the story, man. We played nothing but zone for 5 years, had more new guys than veterans coming in this season, and we felt like it was just going to be too disjointed. We didn't have enough guys we felt like they could really effectively play the zone, and so we made a commitment to try to play more man. But as the years gone on, we've been able to sort of grow in that area on both sides. So we can do a little bit of both, and I think it gives us a little bit more versatility defensively, and especially this time of the year, I think versatility is good. So I think it's just been a natural sort of progression and improvement. And going into the tournament, I like the fact that we're capable of making pretty significant defensive adjustments if necessary.
Kind of bizarre because you've never had that in the past. Are you glad that you did it now?
I guess, because we try to make the best decision at any particular time with the information we have.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight's 20/20. So looking back, you want to learn from that experience, but you hope that you were thorough enough in your decision making at that particular time that you can live with the decision and choices you made. So. I don't regret decisions we've made. I know, we're sitting here now and we're right there on the bubble, so to speak, getting that large bid.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at 9, you need to be in that top 8 really. And I start thinking, early in the year, early in the year, boy, when that zone could have really maybe been better utilized had we had it available. But I'm not really sure that we would have been the quality that we would have needed to have been, because that large bid's based on your overall season-long performance, and we had some losses there in November that I think are sort of haunting us a little bit right now, and I think those were tied to defense for sure.
You look at LMU, you've got two of the best players in the conference, 2 first-team all-league selections, and Chris Perry and Laquan Choice. Obviously, they're deserving of those honors. What has made them the formidable players that they are?
Unbelievably physical, both of them in their own regard. Chris is, at least in my time here, I think he's the most gifted physical specimen that I've seen in this conference on the block. And then, of course, Laquan Choice, 6'3", 235-pound two-guard that's made 400 threes now. So they're two of the most dominant players that have played in this league ever, and they make it tough. So you tie to that the fact they've got other really, really good role players around them, highly efficient offense collectively, and then really tough, aggressive defensive numbers. So it's just it's a tough deal. But I like the way we've learned throughout this year to deal with those kind of scenarios, and I think we've got pretty solid responses. It'll obviously be tested tomorrow, but I think our guys are very much ready for the challenge and ready. We're not going into this thing looking like this isn't a David versus Goliath thing in our mind by any means. We're going to this thing with confidence and a very determined, purposeful outlook on this.
Chuck, pleasure as always. Good luck Saturday against the Splitters.
All right, thanks, Adam.
It's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is SeeingEagles.com.